The Duke Blue Devils obviously have had a rough season. We just referenced that Duke has withdrawn from the ACC Tournament, ending this season. For more on that, we bring in the one and only Jay Bilas. Jay Bilas, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Let's get right to it. The Duke Blue Devils were struggling throughout the season, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. They were vying to make the NCAA tournament. They were going to have to win the tournament, but then all of a sudden the season gets canceled because of COVID. What happened here, Jay?
Well, after the win that Duke had against Louisville, they decided that they were going to travel back and forth between Durham and Greensboro instead of staying in a Greensboro hotel. It's about a 45, 50-minute bus ride. And they have been, Stephen A., living essentially in isolation, the players, in a hotel on campus called the Washington Duke Inn. It's really a luxury hotel. Each player has his own room. So they've been very careful throughout this and haven't had a tier 1 positive test throughout the year. But last night after the Louisville game, the team tested, and then one player, when they got the results back kind of in the middle of the night, had tested positive for COVID. And due to contact tracing protocols, they would be out for a period of time, and decided that they couldn't play the game against Florida State in the quarterfinal that was supposed to be tonight at 6:30. So the athletic director, Kevin White, in consultation with medical professionals and all the people they've consulted throughout the course of the year on COVID issues, decided that it was the only course to shut the season down. So Duke will not play again this year, even if they were somehow selected for the NCAA tournament or the NIT, whatever it be. They're not going to play again.
Devastating for the college kids, devastating for the program overall. We're used to seeing, however, such an incredible level of success season after season from Mike Krzyzewski and his program. That wasn't necessarily the case this year. What chance were you giving them to actually win the ACC tournament and make it to the NCAA tournament?
Win the ACC tournament, very slim. They'd have to win 5 games to do that. I didn't think they were going to do that. But Stephen A., I thought if Duke beat Florida State tonight, they'd get in. That's how weak the end of the line is, and Duke has got enough quality wins to make the field. You add on a win over Florida State, and I think that would seal the deal for number of quality wins. The only question you would have would be, did they suffer too many losses? But given the way they're playing at the end of the year, it would just be a comparison. How do they compare against a team like Utah State or something like that, or Belmont? Xavier, and they probably would have more quality wins. It's just a question of the number of losses that they had and how they did against their schedule versus how a competitive team did against theirs. And that's really the tough selection when you're comparing teams that haven't played as tough a schedule and won against it versus teams like Duke that played a tougher schedule and didn't win as often.
Jay, put it all in perspective for us, not just about Duke, but the NCAA tournament altogether. I mean, it's about to jumpstart March Madness, as they say. If this happens to anybody, their season is over from this point forward. I can't imagine how anybody's going to be able to make it through, or everybody, rather, is going to be able to make it through the next month or so. How fearful are you that another incident like this could happen, particularly to one of the major programs that's potentially a favorite to win the national title?
Well, I certainly have concerns that this could happen to individual teams, but Stephen A., nothing is going to derail this tournament. Nothing. They have decided that they were, from the very beginning, we were going to play this, and it's really, and I don't mean to be crass about this, but it's a money issue. The powers that be feel like we have to play, and look, I've heard all this stuff throughout the year, and it's not that I disagree with it, but the idea about, well, the kids want to play, and we want to do this for the kids and all that stuff. I disagree with calling them kids. They're adults.
Right.
But really what we're talking about here are these institutions as media rights holders, and all these leagues as media rights consortiums. And they're providing, sort of an entertainment product that they're obligated to provide. So earlier, when you heard coaches talk about, I don't know about playing in our conference tournament because it could compromise us for the NCAA tournament, they were told by their administrators and their bosses, hey, stop saying that. We're playing. We owe our media rights partners all these games. We're a content provider. We're playing. So quit saying that we're not going to play. We're playing. Gonzaga played. Everybody's playing. And it's not because the kids want to play. It's because they owe media rights partners like us a lot of content, and so that's a big part of this. So we're playing it, and the funny part, Stephen A., about this is the players have been in total isolation. They'll be even more in total isolation once they get to Indianapolis. They're not allowed to leave their hotels. Even the NCAA selection committee, who's going to be there for a month, they're not allowed to leave their hotel unless they're actually going to the arena. Want to go out and go for a walk wearing your mask? Can't do it. They're going to be in the hotel the entire time they're there.
Jay Bilas, the great Jay Bilas, right here with yours truly. Thanks so much, buddy. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you, Stephen A.